Last time we learned about compelling questions. And compelling questions, remember, are the big questions that make you want to find out the answer. The one we practiced was the question, how can one person help to change the world? We also have questions that are called supporting questions. And supporting questions are smaller questions that can help you answer the big compelling question. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to practice writing supporting questions. So, what you will do is you will use this picture and you will write as many questions as you can. Any question. If you're stuck, you can always think about what kind of questions a social scientist might ask. Now, you're not going to try and stop to talk about the questions or try to answer any of your questions. You're just simply going to write down your questions how you can. Go ahead and pause this video, do the question generating step, and then come back when you're done. Okay, so hopefully you have at least a few questions that are supporting questions about this picture. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to support them into thick and thin. Now, if the question is a thick question, it means it's going to help us answer our compelling question, our big question of how can one person help to change the world. A thin question is something little that won't really help us find out our compelling question answer. So if you ask the question, why is he wearing his hat tipped back like that? That one probably won't help us answer the question. If you ask the question, is this man a researcher or a scientist? Then that would be a thick question that would help us find an answer to our compelling questions. So go ahead, pause the video, and sort out your questions between thick and thin. For the last step, we're going to think about which questions sound like they could be asked by a different social scientist. So, a geographer, a historian, an economist, or a political scientist. So, if you need to, look back at some of our other days to remember what type of questions each one of these scientists would ask. And then, what I'd like you to do is put down a reminder for each question. You could put a G for geographer, an H for historian, an E for economist, and a P for political scientist. That's it for this lesson. Go ahead and finish your work and come back on our next day.